Check, please.
Welcome back. We will bring you our thoughts on the company AMC. We'll look at the financials and use our stock analyzer tool to see what you should be paying for the stock moving forward. If you're drawn to numbers, you're going to like this. You will hear Paul's thoughts on this company and the financials moving forward. These guys own over $100 million in assets, and they'll show you their thought process. Go ahead, Paul.
All right, thanks, Seth. Guys, follow us on our Instagram account, Everything Money Investing. It's new. It's growing like crazy. And also follow Seth Moe and I personally, because this blue check mark has been occupying my brain, and Instagram keeps telling me no, so I want to kill them. So, guys, AMC. So, news out of AMC. First off, let's go to our Everything Money software so we can pull up AMC. This is our software, 8 pillars tab. So, going to the news section of our software at the very bottom, I want everybody to note, this was getting a lot of traction last week. The CEO was selling a lot of shares. Oh, not that one, this one. Now, this is something that Manish said, and I've heard this from many investors over time. Don't look as much at CEO selling as much as if they're buying the stock. He could be selling for $1,000. As Manish says, CEOs sell stock for 1,000 reasons, but they only buy stock for one reason. So I'm not as concerned about this. I'm not saying that it's not a good sign, but looking at AMC and how it's done over the last, it's been the big, one of the big stocks. So AMC movie theaters. So I love going to the movies, but the more and more I talk to people about movies, everybody's like, I don't know if I'm gonna go. So this is a treacherous one. Like we don't know where this is gonna go, but look at this chart here. Was this part of I think this is part of the whole Reddit movement here, the Wall Street bets. I don't remember exactly what happened, but huge jump. It went as high as what? $72. And look at this, Tim. The 52-week high, 72. 52-week low, $2.60. That's such a scam. It hurts. Let's see how it did during the Yeah. So basically, after the crash, it was at $2.48. $2.01. Oh, just a little over a year ago, it was $2.01. So, AMC. Let's just do this. $10.5 billion market cap. Pillar number 1, we want a 5-year PE less than 22.5. Guys, it's not even applicable. Why? Probably because they haven't made money in the last 5 years when you combine it all together. Okay. Pillar number 2, return on invested capital greater than 9%. It's negative. Why? Because look at their 5-year free cash flow. Negative $400 million a year. So guys, immediately off the bat, I'm going to do this analysis, but immediately off the bat, I'm thinking to myself, what would it take for this company to be a buy for me? I would probably skip to the cash flow statement, which we'll go to later, but I want you guys to see our process and our thinking. Remember, there's a lot of value investors have a yes, no, or too hard to understand pile, right? This to me is a too hard to understand. I don't know how we look at this and go, I immediately think to myself like, oh, this is confusing me. Like there's a lot to happen in the future. Are we going to go back to theaters? I don't know. I mean, look at streaming. People, look at Netflix. Those guys are making movies. Basically, I look at theaters as people are going to go there for something to do, not because they want to see a movie. Because now they're going to start releasing movies to TVs all the time. Like it's going to be Netflix, HBO. They're going to start releasing. Look at King Richard. I went and saw King Richard recently in the theater with my girlfriend. We had 2 options: go to the theater or it was on HBO Go. I chose to go to the theater because we hadn't been to the theater a long time, and she and I love going to the theater, getting popcorn and candy, sitting there and enjoying ourselves. But we're one of the few who like doing that. Everybody else likes to do. That's what we look forward to as our going out. But you've got to realize that this is going to be a problem for theaters going forward. People are. Tim, when was the last time you went to the movie theater with Laura? 2019. That's 3 years ago almost. I mean, it's 3 years ago technically. Probably somewhere in the middle of 2019. So 2.5 years ago. Did you guys go very often before? 2 or 3 times a year. Like Lisa and I tried to go once a month. That's a lot, but we'd probably go once every 2 months, like once every 6 weeks on average, because we just like going to the theater. That's not a very common theme nowadays. So, pillar number 3. Let's go to our revenue over the last 5 years. You want to see revenue growth. Guys, look at this. 4.6 billion to 1.5 billion. That's an X. All right. Obviously, it makes sense because look, when COVID hit, revenue crashed. Net income growth in the last 5 years. Guys, even before COVID, they were losing money. Oh, boy. Oh. Guys, if I'm looking at this right now, I'm moving on. Don't even waste my time. I'm not even going to waste my time. And this seems, but I want you guys to see this thought process about why. How do I make sense of a company losing money hand over fist with a very big change in the way in which people watch movies? It has totally changed how we're watching movies, right? Does that mean, it's just like shopping. Shopping has totally changed. Does that mean all malls are going away? No. It's funny. Lisa and I were out shopping yesterday, and it's like, I really still enjoy shopping. She goes, so do I. But guess what? She and I still buy 70% of our stuff online, 75% of our stuff online. We just like to go out as a way to get out of the house and interact. Same with the movies. I don't think all theaters are going away, but instead of a city having 10 movie theaters, they might go down to 2 or 3, right? It'll still be a great way to go on a date, make out with your girl in the middle of the theater, get a little Texas reach around while you're watching a movie, put a little hole in the bottom of the popcorn. Anyways, pillar number 5, shares outstanding. We want shares going down. Oh boy, 131 million to 500 million. Massive X. Guys, they had to raise a lot of capital and they did it by issuing shares. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Now, we can't do let's go to the 8 pillars tab. Let's just skip right to it. Look at this, Tim. How often do we get this? All 8 X's. So guys, I have bought companies that are all, I think CCL, Carnival Cruise Line, has all 8 X's, and I still own Carnival Cruise Line. This, though, I don't think cruises are going away. I think theaters are going away in some fashion. Does that mean they're going away forever? No. But I think it's going to be very difficult for a theater business to really continue to make money, right? I don't know how it's going to happen, especially with everybody's ability to go. There's still going to be a fun thing for families to go, let's go to the theater, let's all go see a movie together, etc. But again, it's just like shopping. It's going to change. Doesn't mean they're all going away, but they're going to drop drastically. Now, do I think AMC might be one that survives? Because they're the leader, and maybe. But to me, this is too hard to figure out. And I'm just going to move on from it. And for those of you who are wondering about AMC all this time, how we were doing it, people were asking, hey, what do you think about AMC? It's just like, well, this is just a tough one to figure out. Now, granted, the good news is when it's hardest to figure out, that's usually the opportunity to make a lot of money. But I don't have the desire to go out there and do a ton of research to figure out, is this a buy or not? I just look at these numbers going, I'm looking at numbers to get cues. And hey, Paul, look at this. I'm not getting that here. So I'm just moving on completely from it. That's my opinion on it.
If you're drawn to these numbers and looking at companies, especially with AMC, you can have our software in your hands on your phone this very moment by joining our community. Paul, tell them how.
And the reason we created all this software is because as we made videos of the company, people would reach out to us and say, hey, how do I analyze my own companies in order to do the analysis versus waiting for you guys to make a video? So we created the software. You get everything you saw here. You get everything on the main page that's also coming soon, right here to the right side. You get 30 years of financial data. You get access to Seth Moe and I in our exclusive Everything Money chat here at the top, EM Community Chat. You get the Stock Analyzer tool. You get Real Estate Calculator, Retirement Calculator. You get 8-pillar portfolios, which allows you to put up to 50 stocks in a portfolio to tell you how all 50 companies do at once, or 20 companies, doesn't matter. But exclusive daily content. We make 1 to 3 videos a day that we post. They're called A Few Good Minutes. They're wonderful. Seth Moe and I make them. But most importantly, guys, is this EM community. We have over 6,000 people that constantly talk in the community about their investment ideas, because the great thing about the internet is it allows all of us who have a certain way of thinking to come together and talk about our investment ideas. We have people in there saying, hey, I'm looking at blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at Ford stock. What do you guys think? And people have a good, engaging conversation about it. This is all available, all in our tool, all of this for about $1 per day. Sign up now. $1 per day gets you all of this. For the price of a cup of coffee, you get all of this, $1 per day. Sign up. And the best part is, whatever you sign up for today, that's your price that's locked in, because the price goes up every single month. But you're locked in at the price you sign up for today. So $1 a day gets you all of this. No-brainer, guys.
In the end, that's our take on AMC. We will keep you updated as this price moves, as this company changes, as I go back to the movies and watch all the movies. We'll keep you updated, and you can talk about this stock in our community. Join today. Final thumbs up on the way out. See you next video.